Hi, I'm Jessica, and today's cookie is something I didn't get to make last year, and I haven't lived it down. So, cookie number one for December 1st is chocolate chip cookies without chocolate chips. And these are for my friend Jeff. I promised these cookies to him last year, and I never made good on it. And it's eaten away at me, and I know he's cried every night waiting for them. So for this recipe, I'm just using a basic Nestle Toll House. Generally when I make other chocolate chip cookies, I have a different recipe and I might make those later on in the month. But today, for Jeff, we're just using Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips. So in here I've got my butter, my 2 different kinds of sugar, because that's what makes the batter taste like chocolate chip cookies. It's 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of white sugar. And in a separate bowl, I've got my flour, salt, and baking soda. Got my eggs here. This is the vanilla that I use that I made. It's pretty easy to make. I made it at the end of September, so it should be nice and cured by now. My oven, dirty oven, has beeped. And now we go to town. This is Old Trusty. We beat up some of the butter. There's the room temperature and the sugar, and now we're adding a teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you like more, add just a little bit more, otherwise it might change the consistency. Now I just want to show you the extract here. It's pretty cool. 2 different kinds of beans. I have 2 Madagascar vanilla beans, 1 Mexican vanilla bean, vodka. Mix and shake for 3 months. Have the sun walk past you, stealing food. We've put in the vanilla and the eggs, and then we add our flour mixture. I mean, this isn't rocket science. Most of you can make chocolate chip cookies. Why someone would want chocolate chip cookies without chocolate chips? I can kind of understand that. Sometimes you want something sweet but not too sweet. So we go ahead and add the rest of this, which is hard to do one-handed without making a mess. And I generally am always making a mess. And we stir it up, and then you just ignore the last 2 steps where it says add the chocolate chips and add the nuts. We are going to dye these red and green just to make them a little more festive. But that's about it. And then I take my Old Trusty, which I got at Crate and Barrel about 10 years ago. And I ice cream scoop it onto a cookie sheet. And sometimes they don't look so pretty or even. And that's part of the fun of cooking, right? Or baking. Kind of looks like chewing gum. We'll see what happens. I bet it'll still taste the same though. You know, and I just had to stop and add a little bit more flour, because while it seems easy enough that chocolate chip cookies without chocolate chips, you just make the regular recipe without chocolate chips, you forget that funny thing about like physics or I don't know, some science I didn't pass, that the chocolate chips would have mass or density or something. And without them, my dough was a little sticky, a little runny. So I added just a little more amount of flour, probably about 3 tablespoons. So the consistency comes out of my cookie scoop a little easier.